So Jesus has just entered the city of Jerusalem, and the people have been declaring him king and shouting Hosanna, and they are looking for him to overthrow Rome. But what's he do? He goes into the temple and he starts flipping tables and turning over the stalls of the money changers and the people who were selling the animals and the other things that would be used for the sacrifice. Now, Jesus doesn't have an issue with people selling things for the sacrifice. His problem and his issue is that they are creating another barrier or a distraction for the purpose of what the temple was built for. The temple was supposed to be a place of prayer and a place to meet with God, and these people have turned it into a marketplace. And so he drives them out and he's kicking them out, but here's the thing I think is awesome. After he drives out all these people, in Matthew's account, the sick and the lame and the broken come into the temple to meet Jesus. These were people who would be kept outside of the temple, and if they were allowed into it, they only were in the outer courts. They couldn't come into the inner parts because they were considered unclean, unholy, and unworthy. And I think it's amazing that Jesus is clearing out the things that were barriers, clearing out the things that distracted people from the worship of God, and then the broken people are the ones who come to him. As we come to Easter, let us realize all of us are broken, all of us are lame, all of us are blind, and all of us are kept out because of that from the presence of God. But because of Christ, we can now enter into the very presence of God. So when we look not to the cleansing of the temple, but the cleansing of this temple, this body that we have been given by God, we should be thanking the Lord, because it's by his death on that cross and through his resurrection that we are cleansed and can now come into the presence of God. So let's prepare our hearts and our minds to worship God and give thanks that he didn't just clean a temple in Jerusalem, but by his death he cleansed this temple.